people who take advantage of the hopes and dreams of artists. There's so many artists now that have blown up. On your first tour, you're going to take a loss. Exercise gratitude, to show gratitude.
Hey now, say now, it's your boy Tim.
Hey, girl, Stephanie B.
And we are Who's Next Podcast with our boy MSaw.
Us in.
Hey now, y'all give us a round of applause for when we got MSaw.
Shout out to MSaw. Sure, for sure.
Man, come on now. Tell us a little bit about yourself, MSaw. I see you got a record label called Iris record label, a consulting agency called Winn. Come on now. So all you do is win. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, so I go by the name of Matt Winn, but a lot of people call me MSaw. I'm born and raised here in Dallas, and I like to consider myself a creative entrepreneur.
Okay.
So I have a nonprofit as well as a music record label distribution company called Iris. It stands for the Independent Recording Arts Society.
Okay.
I founded it in 2013, really with the purpose of being able to help underserved artists in my community, because I'm from Dallas-Fort Worth, and when I was growing up, I didn't have a lot of resources to hone my skills, so I had to do a lot of self-teaching, and I felt like young artists shouldn't have to go through that, so I started a nonprofit organization to help fill that gap, and then I also founded a consultant agency called Winn Firm, where, I like to produce shows and, just different cool projects.
So, okay. I see you went on tour earlier in the year with one of your artists.
Yeah.
How was that? Tell me what
Where'd you go on tour with?
My artist, Debbie Stones, we did the I Love Stoney tour. And that was a interesting...
I said I wanted to chat with you about how that was, because I was so happy to see him do that. And I mean, y'all do that, period. But how was it? Like, was y'all tired? Like, with traveling? Was it like back to back?
Yeah,
days in between.
Yeah, no, it was a few days that was back to back, and then we had some days too to rest. But it really was like a very eye-opening experience, because when you do shows so much at home, you start to get an understanding of things. But when you go out and do it in different cities and different markets amongst their community and their artists, you're like, wow, like.
Right.
Everything I was doing back home has an impact elsewhere in the world. And I guess sometimes you really need to go out in the world to see it. But that experience really like opened my eyes and really showed me that like everything we're doing is way bigger than, where you are, and, just to keep striving. So, it was a great experience.
How would you say, or how involved were you with figuring out where y'all were going to do the shows at? Did y'all go off of like analytics?
Oh, yeah. It was 100% like...
Okay. Your role in the tour?
Which is it?
What was your role?
I was like tour manager.
Okay.
Yeah. And I went to Berkeley, so I actually took a touring class a few times, and so I had some experience at least being able to organize one. And then I've also organized some other ones, but this was the first time I've organized one and then went on it.
Exactly. Okay.
But yeah, I'm very involved in figuring out the locations, the venues, coordinating with all the promoters, creating the assets for the tour, working with Debbie on getting the tour set list, his performance,
right?
Getting the fashion. Like, it was a lot. It was a lot.
Okay. Being that it was a tour, can you tell us about budgeting your time and your money, getting prepared for tours? Because I don't know if the check will come before the tour or after the tour. How do that work? How do you separate the real life and the budgeting on the tour life?
Yeah. I mean, honestly, like, on your first tour, you're going to take a loss.
Facts.
Like, at the end of the day, it's about getting out there and getting your music in front of people in a certain market, and then, being able to come back and keep growing that certain audience. So I looked at it as an investment. It was a very expensive one, because when you talk about like just the travel logistics of it all and coming up with the accommodation.
Did you have to pay for your own travel?
Yeah. Me and Debbie literally split it 50-50, went into it and funded everything.
Wow.
And
that's amazing.
It was very expensive.
Shout out to Debbie Stones. I see the growth. I see the progress over the years. Keep going. Like, see me.
Get on the podcast one time.
Yeah.
When you tap in, let's stay on budgeting. Can you give some of the young artists that want to come out with a project
Yeah.
that think it's easy or the money don't have to be there? Can you talk about the money situation on managing artists?
Yeah, for sure. Like, I always tell artists, like, at the end of the day, you got to have a budget or at least some idea on what you're trying to do. And I like to say for artists who are still trying to figure out, you know, where their music is going, who their audience is, it's best to invest your money into the product first. So spend your money creating your product. You don't have to spend a lot because at the end of the day, you know, if it's good, then it should work in its rawest form. You know, you want to, what I say, prototype. Create you a great prototype, put it out there, see if some people are liking it, and if it works, go from there, you know, and that kind of informs where you should spend your money and allocate your budget from there. But it's definitely a process, and how one person spend their money isn't how the next one needs to spend it. So,
Okay.
you know, you definitely got to be able to, prioritize and coordinate, you know, how things are going to go. But you need information and data too. So you can't just be sitting in your house, not putting out music, stressing over where you're going to spend your money.
Running nowhere.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, you ain't going to know where to spend it until you actually put yourself out there to see what works, you know? So, yeah.
So tell me about the spring break bash.
Yeah, so Spring Break, that's a hard one too.
Right.
Spring Break Bash. It's a show that we did 10 years ago. That was the first Irish show that we ever did. I had an artist named Terror Spectacle that I put on that showcase with at the Curtain Club. They now closed it down, but they closed everything.
Right.
Curtain Club, like, we decided to bring it back this year, and this time we wanted to focus on alternative artists in the scene because I feel like they don't get the spotlight or the attention that some of the other popular numbers get. So, yeah, I'm really excited. We know that
I know.
it's on March 24th.
Okay, where is that?
It's gonna be at Rollins.
Okay, that's downtown?
Yeah,
Okay.
Deep Ella.
I look forward to that. So y'all stay tuned. Y'all make sure y'all following It's MSaw on Instagram and all other platforms.
Yeah.
So that building.
How do you feel about the Dallas scene or artistry?
With the artistry, I think like Dallas got it. You know, we've always been ahead. We've always been influential. You know, and as you see, like they constantly are finding talent to pick from here. And every time the talent like it goes, you know, we see Fort Bassett's going crazy. You know, and Dallas, we really got something to say. And I just really believe like it's really at our fingertips.
Do you feel like it's somebody holding the key? I was on your Instagram, your Twitter the other day, and you were saying it's a white supremacist going on at the artistry. What was that about? I
Thought really funny, dog.
need to hear about more about that. Who is these white dudes holding the keys?
Yeah, well, when I'm speaking about that, I'm really speaking about like they have a say and a voice in what goes on, you know, especially coming from like a political standpoint and, you know, what government or city resources are being allocated. Like a lot of times they're the direct ones and influence of where that goes. And I feel like a lot of times Black art is overlooked. When I started Iris as a nonprofit, them seeing a young Black kid come in saying, hey, I have a nonprofit organization and we want to do shows, we want to do workshops. It didn't make sense to them. You know, it's like, well, and, you know, automatically assuming we were rappers. And it's like, no, we got jazz artists, we got producers. We were very eclectic. But, you know, due to some of those views or some of those prejudice, they look at us as being, well, we don't know what that is and we couldn't support it. So it was very hard for me in the beginning to get that support.
With support come a team. Can you tell us the importance of building a team, and do you have a team now? You've been going 10 or 15 years. Can you tell? Well, I piggyback off of that.
Yeah, no, like definitely building a team is not easy, especially as an entrepreneur, you know. And,
Go through some.
yeah, you know, and it's a challenge, and I commend any entrepreneur that's able to build a business and get a team of people that's invested, because it's not easy, especially when we're talking about in the creative arts sector of the business. So now I've been fortunate to build a team now. It's 4 of us, actually 5 total. And yeah, we've been able to grow these past 6 months, and honestly, it came together so organically. You know, I had been praying and looking for a team, and literally one thing just kept leading into another.
What your team consists of? Who your team consists of and what they do?
Yeah, so we got a team at Iris. I have a COO, and he does operations. We also, his name is Tone. And then we got Mel, she does artist relation and communication. Then we have Kayla, she does our branding and marketing. And then we have Charlie, and she does our like administrative assistant, different things like that. So,
That's dope.
yeah, having a full team and to be able to support our operation really gets us to be able to grow and do more in the business. So,
But being a manager as well, we often get a lot of DMs on from artists that want to work, or you know, they want to talk to you, or they want to pick your brain, or they want to ask you questions. And by you being an advocate for artistry as well, how do you separate how much information is too much to give before you're a client of mine, or do you just do it for what do you even look for when an artist messages you? Like, do you go and look at their page first? What's your vibe? Just because I get so many DMs and half of them I just be like, you haven't done half the work.
yeah.
So what are your thoughts on like getting DMs and just, ask questions about artists, or
Yeah, I mean, for me, I
look for when you even considering working with somebody?
yeah, like anytime an artist DM me, I definitely go and look at the profile. I definitely do my research, right? And I'll always reply, honestly, because there's so many artists now that have blown up that started off with just sending a random DM saying, hey, check out my music. This, so I try to reply every time, and I give my advice or whatever. Now, sometimes they do get into,
Right.
come on. But I also, try my best to redirect and say, hey, this what we got a website. If you need some further information, go look through there. But when I'm looking for artists to, I guess, work with, I look at 4 things. I look at, A, do they make good music? Do they make music that, is relatable, that sounds good? They got some good qualities to it. Do they have an image? I look at also, are they willing to learn? Do they listen? Are they hard-headed?
Right.
And then lastly, I look at work ethic, right?
Okay.
Like the history of what they've done so far before I came into the picture. Because that's, those 4 are the key indicators I need to know whether we're going to have a good relationship or not.
Absolutely.
What are some of the artists you work with now? Who are some of the artists you work with?
Yeah, so we got, 7?
I'll
Put me on the spot now. We got 7 artists now. Oh, man, I already did something. We kept crawling. But yeah, we got Demi Stahl, Zahub, Luke Herbert. We just signed Azandria, Tamla Joy. We got Raquel. Yeah, and
Nice.
we growing.
Okay.
Forgive me if I forgot something.
Absolutely.
Tell us about some of the things you got coming up besides the spring break bash.
Yeah, so I'm doing a panel here very soon.
Where is that?
It's gonna be at the Dallas Museum of Art.
Okay. Date?
It's gonna be February the 4th.
Okay, I'm trying to make it. What is it, a music panel?
Yeah, it's a conversation. It's called Making a Match. It's with the Dallas Morning News and KURA. They have a collaboration called Arts Culture, and yeah, we're gonna be just discussing like networking and the importance of being able to find a mentor, also for other creators to mentee other artists and things in the scene. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. It's gonna be fun. Outside of that, we're doing a lot of other workshops. I'm gonna be doing a bunch of showcases throughout the year. We got some webinars coming, and then of course we got a lot of music coming out too.
Okay.
Our artists have definitely been working, so yeah, I'm excited. It's gonna be a very busy year.
It's gonna go by fast.
Yeah.
It's gonna go by fast. January almost over.
Over the years, I've seen you in the studio a lot with the artists that you work with. So you're very hands-on when it comes to your ear as well. And if I remember correctly, back, you actually make music yourself. Tell me about like how important that is to you when it comes to your artists. Some of them like to work alone, but some of them like, vocal production or help put arrangements and stuff like that. How do you feel about that? Or like how do you separate both of those from being a manager? Is that included with having you as the manager? Is it kind of like second nature to because you're naturally, because for me it is. So I'm just wondering like,
Yeah, no, it definitely is because a lot of times so far, I guess as of late, I've just now started working with artists who I didn't already have that relationship with. But every other artist before, like I started off as an engineer, as the producer, so it's real easy for me to already be in that process with them. And then, bro, it's all right, now let's manage the moves we went from what we've been doing in the studio. But now, I mean, I guess I'm learning to separate the two and they don't have to be. But I won't deny that it does make a difference
absolutely.
when I am involved. So, yeah, I guess I'm still trying to figure out.
And because you have that ear, like how important on a scale of 1 to 10 would you tell an artist you're mixing your record and mastering it before releasing it is?
On the scale of 1 to 10?
Yeah, how important is that to be like a part of the budget when it comes to just releasing music? And that's the hard one just because it's a lot of hits that's not mixed.
It really is kind of low.
Okay.
I'm going to say it's like a 4. It just depends on how bad it is,
Okay.
But I'm going to say a 4.
Okay.
4, almost 5. A 4, like 5.
Do you still engineer?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm awful. Rarely, but yes.
What would today's MSaw tell 10 years ago MSaw?
Everything you are doing right. Just keep doing it.
Let's keep doing it.
Yeah, absolutely. Keep doing it. Because here I am 10 years later, like kind of going back a little bit to a lot of my, I like to say the roots, getting back to the foundation of why I started everything. Because I really had an epiphany when we got off tour, just like why that felt great. But at the end of the day, why do I want to do this with artists? And it took me back to why I started Iris and just being able to help the underserved artists, being able to help the youth and creating a better community for them. So that just made me so much more passionate, and I saw so much more that Iris could be doing in the community. And I reshifted the focus to that, being like, all right, this is like returning back to true form,
With Dallas being so big, you can't help the whole community. What area do you focus on?
I mean, I think it's just building it and they shall come, right? It's building a outpost, building a place to say, hey, these are the things that we offer in the community. This is how it's accessible to you. This is who it's for, what you can do with it. And the people and then just doing our outreach in the community and making it available,
Yeah.
And they'll come. I've seen it time and time again. I can't predict who it's for. Because every time I've been surprised, but I hear it all the time that people say, hey, so I love what you're doing. Or,
Well, I wasn't talking about who it was for. I guess I was saying where you was going to set up your shop at, what side of town. What side of town you on? Because it matters in Dallas. Dallas is one of the 7 largest cities in the United States. It's big as hell. People don't even like driving way out here.
That's true.
It matters.
I mean, so I definitely move around. We got different studios. But we're out of 2 different studios. And I'm actually working on started doing programming out of South Dallas. So, that hopefully is coming very soon.
Okay. That's dope. When you say program, that's engineering programming?
No, so
software program?
For Iris, we got a foundation, Iris Foundation, but through our foundation, we're starting to do different workshops. And some of those are like performance-based workshops. We doing some songwriter ones, branding, different media training, just a bunch of different educational things given back to the community for artists to come and develop their skills.
Okay. Yeah, that's dope. That's real dope.
By us being a little older in this industry, compared to some of the talent that we've been working with and stuff like that, what would you say one of like your biggest pet peeves would be, period, about the music industry, and what your responsibility is for those that you do mentor and that are coming up after us? Like, what do you feel like is like your biggest thing that you or annoyed by, but that you want to also help eliminate or help, educate artists on or mentor them on?
Yeah, within the industry itself. One of my biggest pet peeves is definitely there's like this implicit bias that happens when the people that work in music also have found their favorite artists that they like to work for. So a lot of times they get in these positions of influence, or they turn into the gatekeepers, and really they just concerned about the artists they've already got relationships with or more invested in. Because hey, at the end of the day, like, there are millions of artists, right? Find two that do the same thing equally. How do you pick? But at the end of the day, I think that becomes a distraction. It also hinders where some artists can grow, because I've seen it myself. Just by taking $400 and doing something, you can propel or plant the seed or encourage or motivate an artist to go and be the next great thing,
True.
So that's one of my biggest pet peeves, is because you see it so often.
Facts. Not even just in Dallas, but just the music industry, yes, period.
Yeah. And also, another big pet peeve of mine is people who take advantage of, like, the hopes and dreams of artists. But I think sometimes it starts off innocent enough, but a lot of times they themselves become disgruntled, and you justify, why they carry on certain practices or whatever, to say, that's why they do it, because of whatever happened to them or them grabbing else in certain things in the industry. So I feel like as we grow into this industry, especially in, 2024 and the future decades, like, at some point we have to eliminate those old school practices, because they don't work. It's not the same industry.
Right, sorry. It's not the same. Sorry.
Yeah, and the old guards, like, it has to change. So that's a big pet peeve of mine, because those people are still in those positions fighting to stay the same, honestly.
Dallas has a lot of main pop artists that don't really claim Dallas. What do you think it'll take for Dallas to be looked at as Atlanta, Cali, or New York as far as the music go? But everybody come to Dallas and to get put on just because the capacity of Dallas. But what do you think it'll take for the Dallas artists to make it?
I think it will take more executive talent, something I've been advocating for, more professional talent. And there really are a lot of people that are in the industry from Dallas. A lot of them are my friends. But I think it's just being able to bridge those gaps and creating more of that executive level talent and pool and systems for artists to actually be able to go and do something in the city. And, like, what I'm saying, it matters.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, the industry is coming here, like you said, and they're cherry picking a talent, taking them and using them to do whatever, wherever. And Dallas doesn't really get any benefit other than, hey, that person.
It's Dallas, yes.
And it seems like when you make it,
It's really tough.
you don't want to be a crab in a barrel, so you just go away. But don't nobody even try to look back in the barrel to see who can they pull up.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Yeah, that's the system out here, unfortunately.
Yeah. To piggyback off that, do you ever see yourself moving outside of Dallas?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Good intake.
I definitely do see myself moving outside of Dallas, but I really don't see myself, like, having this business in Dallas and not, like, it being home.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't think I'll ever change my mind. But
yeah.
I think I want to move away for like a year or two, but Dallas always home. But the more we get older, that year or two go by so fast. It feels like a month or two.
Yeah.
It feels like a month or two. So, yeah, I definitely want to do that. I want to get me some Cali living in.
I just came back from Cali. I love Cali.
I don't want to.
Go to LA shooting the window.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What you were doing in Cali? Personal business?
We had a tour stop.
Okay, well, how many days was it?
We did 3. It was 4 days, but we wound up doing 3.
So all this on flight?
Yeah.
Wow.
And again, that's why we went from 4 to 3, because it was like, just gonna reschedule that one. But yeah, it was expensive.
Good little camera. It looked amazing little camera.
Yeah.
Have you ever did a bus tour?
No. Well, we did one 2013 with the Raider Clan. think that I'm on 3 dates a Texas tour. Because, man,
I went on a 7-day tour. That's crazy. Especially when I went with Devin Adu.
okay.
Yeah, it was pretty cool, but it's nothing like you think in your head, though. It's nothing like you think in your head.
That's why it's like, I didn't do them too.
Yeah, it's nothing like you think in your head.
The more people you have, the more people you're responsible for.
Lizzie?
It's like, boy, they be trying to do stuff you
You
weren't.
be like, hey, sit down. Hey, I'm hungry. Listen, we trying to work on that set list. You got to stop. And it frustrates me. Yeah.
How many people y'all had come with y'all?
4.
Hey, y'all split the whole thing? Everybody collective? It's an opportunity for everybody. Everybody better see the dream.
Yes.
Possibly. What 3 places did y'all go? You said, oh,
Dallas, LA, Brooklyn.
I saw it. Those are some good things.
You know, we did the main markets.
Well, Turkey.
Yes. Yeah, I'm trying to, we got to keep the tour going, ideally, and just add more dates. But, this time definitely do it a lot smarter. Because, again, that was very expensive. Those 3 dates.
Come on, man. Better get well, we're fine. Go, Brand.
Yeah.
Minimize. Y'all got to do the regions. You got to regions.
What's your thoughts on artist development in MSaw?
What's my thoughts?
How do you feel about it?
I love it. Like, that's what I'm mostly passionate about. It's like developing artists. I love getting in there. Last year I spent some time as a teaching artist at Big Dog, and I was working with the kids in artivism, and we were working on a performance piece. So really being able to get with them and, work with them on a music piece, poetry, and just all the different types of performance art. Like, that's what I really love to do. And I think it's very necessary because you get to see the magic that, once they learn the technical skills or just like certain things to improve their performance, you see how an artist can grow and how self-expression starts to have like no limits, and yeah, it's exciting to see. So I
and that's why I like it too. You're just able to see something go from there to right before your eyes, like just by that person finding their style or finding their tone or even getting comfortable writing music and arranging and etc.
What's the hardest list you got on the spring break Breath Bash?
Are you still accepting submission?
And we are definitely still looking for a few acts. I can't reveal the lineup just yet.
Okay.
But we do got a very interesting one. I will say that. Yeah, can just need 2 more artists.
Okay. How they enter?
If you go to our IG, Iris Inc., IRASINC, there's a post that has the poster on it. Just drop your name in the comments.
Hey, I heard that. Just drop your name in the comments. It's on MSaw page too. It's MSaw. It's on his Twitter, his Instagram. You got Facebook?
Yep, it's on my Facebook too.
Matt Winn or
Matt Winn.
Okay, y'all make sure y'all tap you with that. You got anything else for us? You got
leave with something?
Leave with some. Let me see. I guess the word that comes to mind right now is gratitude. Definitely try to make it a practice to exercise gratitude, to show gratitude, and appreciation for the things that we have in life. Because, being grateful, that there is somebody that definitely has it worse off than you. So, practice gratitude.
Absolutely.
Hey, man, appreciate you.
Thank you so much.
Podcast, we out here. It's a wrap.
Let's go.